Hello and welcome to a special edition of the One Team We Agree On. I'm Jillian.
And I'm Ka. How are you doing today?
Um, hmm. So you know the emoji that has like the straight line for its mouth?
Yes.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, my thought process was, okay, today was going to be a good day.
Hmm.
I had was having a productive morning, was talking to some of our friends,
Super excited to go to Frisco.
getting ready. It was like a go home, and pack and then, get everything ready for a trip.
And then it's time for my lunch break at school.
And my phone starts blowing
Yep.
up.
I checked my
And
phone. Oof.
and things are blowing up. Oh my God, Kyle, this is not a drill. And the first person, shout out to Mike Barrera. Him and I were talking about Union Yards because we were having that little conversation earlier today on Twitter. And all of a sudden, I like look down, waiting in line to pick up a deli tray, and I look down and curtains fired. And I go, what? And he goes, this is not a drill. And all of a sudden, like my phone just starts going ding, 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 ding,
Hmm.
ding. I'm like, and I looked in and saw Bogart's article, and yeah. So we decided
Hmm.
to do emergency pod. We're gonna keep it short, folks. We're not even gonna go through a normal intro, but I do want to share this. Jillian's
Yes.
created probably one of the first shirts that we're gonna be doing that. It's a one-off because this is never gonna happen now, but Jillian, go ahead.
All right. So I actually was saving this shirt for after the end of season presser.
Right.
But here we are. And so there's a phrase that Jim likes to say a lot.
Yep.
And I made a custom shirt and my own design here. And it has Philadelphia Union on it. My not their actual logo, but and then if you see there's a piece of paper pointing to the margin. There is a razor and there's a hand showing that something is thin. Okay? If you can't get that, its margins are razor thin. And if you've listened to Jim with his pressers and stuff, you know he likes to use that phrase because I mean it is true. He's not wrong. Whenever he says that's like, well, I mean the margins are razor thin, okay, and I don't know. It just felt right too with that. So on there.
I feel like there's a really good charitable cause that we could sell a shirt and give money to. Um, but anyway, leave us comments. Not sure if we're gonna sell them or not. Probably might be a
Yes.
one-off shirt, but if you are interested, let us know. We can figure something out because I wouldn't mind doing something special,
Yeah, and I don't know if I would get in trouble for the Philadelphia Union for Philly,
yeah,
but I could do it without Philadelphia Union on it.
you just
I just
literally
do the margins
margins are
razor
razor
thin,
thin.
but this one is just for me, and so.
Yeah, anyway. Um, but let's talk about it. How are you feeling right now?
So yeah, I mean, I just sat down for my lunch and where my where I work in my classroom, it's like interior of a building. There's like no cell service or something. So I have to usually go elsewhere to actually get service. And but I go on my phone then, eating my lunch, and then I'm like, what? Is this a joke? And I look at the source like I saw on Twitter and I saw a few other people and I'm like, okay, this is a reputable source. And I'm like, what? I thought, a lot of us I think thought that Jim was safe on that they were like, okay. But at the same time, I'm not surprised at this move either.
Well, I mean, if I can interrupt real quick, I mean, we saw the post from Tom Bogart this summer
Hmm.
saying Jim, sources said Jim's safe.
Yeah.
We saw Jim decline a interview
Yeah.
with Atlanta United, according to Tom again.
Hmm.
So my thought process is, okay, if you're gonna fire him, why don't you say, okay, yeah, Jim, go, go, go. That's fine, that's fine.
Hmm.
Having been through this process, something, and I said this to Todd Lewis today, something's still just, something's off on
Yeah.
this thing. Now, having said that, go ahead.
So yeah, it just the timing of it just seems like weird. And I'm surprised too because Union 2 are about to have their championship. And I know he's not the second team coach, but it just seems like I don't know, weird timing because maybe you'd think they'd wait till at least after
Okay,
that.
so this is a perfect thing because remember, and Ty and I talked about it, it says so union to him. He's like, he brought up a good point. It's a different team.
Well, it is a different team.
And so it's a very valid point. But also, as I've always said, there's never a good time for a
There
fire.
isn't. There isn't.
So let's say the union say, okay, we're going to wait till Monday to announce this.
Yeah.
Let's say they win. They win
Yeah,
MLS Next Pro. Then everybody's going to crap that, oh my gosh, they just won. The second team won the cup and you're going to
that's
announce it.
true.
Or if they lost, oh,
Oh,
the pile, then it's just the
that's
pile
a
on
good
pile.
point. So
So there is no perfect time to announce this. And
so then so then think the thought is, well, if Union 2 go and win and everyone's all happy, at least the Band-Aid's already been ripped off with this and but no, like okay, here's my thing. Let me put it this way. I 100% feel like Jim is a scapegoat here, and it's a shame. Um, because now is Jim the and I'm gonna borrow from like I know Kevin Kincaid and Russ Joy had really
Mhm.
good discussion on crossing broadcast. Like go check it out. But it was spot on, and I think it was Kevin that said that well Jim isn't this tactical genius.
No,
However, he's punched above his weight and really done like you know more than even expected that he could do. I mean, Jim did a lot with a little, first of all.
I,
And no, he really did.
mhm,
And the players seemed to really like him.
mhm.
And, on a personal level, I thought Jim was super friendly, super accessible. And as someone that's newer to the media role here, I have to say, like, all my interactions with Jim were fantastic. And I appreciate that he was so accessible. I got to talk to Jim. And here I am, amongst everyone, more of like the newbie. But he treated everyone so respectfully and gave us the time. And I appreciate Jim for the answers he would give and, all of that. Like this past year, getting to know him, getting to ask him questions and all that. So I doubt if you're listening though, thank you for, you know, everything that you did and how you treated us members of the media, especially people like me who are just, new to this.
And people in the media, they're just freelance. I mean,
Hmm.
they're independent, have nobody. No, I agree with you on that take. Like Jim was always super personal, you know, but is it a scapegoat? It's a victim of circumstances. Let's be honest. We see this in every other sport.
Hmm. Me.
I will say this. We've talked about him many times. Not his tactical team. He's a man coach. There's
Hmm.
different types of coaches, and you saw the people that were very smart, that
Hmm.
understood soccer tactically, everything. That said,
Hmm.
oh, they need to get rid of Jim and move
Hmm.
on. We've seen this on Twitter. We've talked to people.
Yeah.
Not naming names, but we've talked to some people too that say, hey, look, he might be a good man, but he's not the greatest tactical genius. And okay,
Hmm.
having said that, I can tell you, having been to practices, his players respond well.
They do.
He created a great culture, and that's something to be said. Now, at the end of the day, the union have chosen to move in a different direction. Mike Breer and I were talking about that today. That's their thinking, that's their choice. They own the team. Ernst, obviously
Hmm.
understands that. We see this in other sports. My thing is, and I know you want to talk,
It's okay. Go ahead.
is that again, I feel very strongly that something happened where, and I saw Tanwell say it was nothing that Jim was trying to be, unprofessional, or I forget the term he was using. Like,
Hmm.
I just feel like the bridge was burned at some level.
Hmm.
Um, and that bridge couldn't be repaired. And so maybe, and again, I am not quoting any sources or anything. I'm just saying I feel like at the end of the day, just sometimes you gotta move on. Jim's been there for 10 years, and
Yeah.
maybe there was a bridge that just couldn't be repaired. And I've seen this in being in college athletics where you have a wonderful coach that's won
Hmm.
so many championships, and they've said, hey, I'm new, you know, I think it's time. I want to go in a different direction. And it is what it is.
Yeah. So a lot, and I had said this earlier in the season. I said, when a lot of people are like, of course, when they were doing poorly and everything, and there's people that are like, I'll close the curtain, and we talked about that, and we're like,
Yeah.
um, you know, I don't think so, and just we had that whole discussion,
Mhm.
and I feel like the majority of people though were like, we like Jim, and we want the we want Sugarman out, or we want more investors brought in, or whatever. Like that's where I feel like a lot of the people have been, and so unfortunately. Sugarman's not selling team. I think if he's smart, he gets more investors, gets more people in on ownership, people that actually can provide some financial backing. Joel Embiid, get in on this. You like soccer. Okay, come on.
Right.
But seriously though, um I think that it's just, it is a shame that it went this way, but yeah, these things happen. But we talked about, oh, this could be an Andy Reid situation where, hey, he had a lot of success. He got so close to breaking through and getting that championship,
Mhm.
and, heck of a coach, but it had run its course. And when Andy left, and we were talking about this, when Andy Reid left Philly, it kind of was time, but it's like when Charlie Manuel, and he did win with Phillies. It was time, but
When
um,
Bruce Bochy left the Giants and then went back 2 years ago, I brought this up with
yeah,
Todd. Like, this is a perfect example of a situation where there was a coach that was, even years, and then it kind of stalled out for 2 years, and they had a new GM and they moved on. Now, I know Ernst and Jim have been working together, but kind of felt to me like that.
yeah.
I mean, I saw this with Chris Greer at the Dolphins. I
You
mean,
lost people at these non-Philly teams, Kyle.
yeah, I know,
I'm just kidding.
but
But no,
look,
I no, and I get
but
the Bochy thing.
you want to see dysfunctional franchises? Look at this one right now.
Yeah,
And that's how
yeah,
I feel right now
yeah,
because this is a very similar situation. I can relate to Union fans right now more so than
yeah.
ever just following this team. But
Right.
having said that,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was gonna say I I would not be shocked to see number one, Jim go somewhere else and have a lot of success, especially if he's given the resources he needs, or,
Yeah.
the backing he needs. And
And
I hope to
Stan,
God, he doesn't go and win like an MLS Cup against the Union or something, like Andy Reid beating the Eagles and
but
but whatnot. But listen, I wish Jim all the success, and I hope he goes on has great, success. It's just unfortunate because we know he probably turned down opportunities, or at least was in the conversation for some opportunities elsewhere.
yeah.
Those had to have come up, but he's a Philly guy. He's got his family there, and he, he's the hometown guy there. He wants to be there, and we get that. So that part is like, it's a shame that now he's gonna have to look for something else.
No, it is. And again, like I said at the beginning, it's no perfect time. And personally, we both wish Jim nothing but the best. He has been like, I was gonna post this, like, how's Peter Vermees at Sporting KC still have a job?
Yeah,
But he's so in with the owners. Like,
yeah,
we thought, Jay Sherman loved Jim, and I'm sure he did. It just was a business decision. That's what a lot of these moves are.
yeah,
They want to change culture, they want to change tides. So we'll see how it plays out.
yeah.
At the end of the day, here's the thing. Like, every timing, everything's off on this. And I know there's a lot of frustration out there. Um, what I would suggest, because I know a lot of the old guard's really furious, and I don't blame you.
Don't blame you.
No, but just relax. Let's see how this plays out. Because if it goes bad, because and Todd and I were talking about this today, I think Jose even mentioned it. Like, if this goes kind of bad, like, could you imagine? Like,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a lot of scrutiny on this new move, whichever direction they go.
Yeah.
And I even think I saw Tam will say something like, it's shocking. Um,
Yeah.
but at the same time, who knows? But anyway, sorry guys, we're working on
Our cats are being
yeah,
crazy.
our being cats.
Um,
But anyway, oh, that's my stopwatch.
she's, I found a piece of something on the
Oh,
floor
my
and the cat was
stopwatch.
starting to bat it around and I'm like, what is he doing?
Somebody popped my stopwatch
Oh
battery
boy.
out. Okay,
So
so
anyway,
what I'm saying is this is, we've had some conversations with different people today. And it's been a long day, a lot of emotions. I think we're getting past the fact that let's appreciate Jim for what he's done with this club. Let's also appreciate, at the same time that, you know, he did a lot of great things, but at the same time, like Harvey Dent said in Batman, I'm
yep.
not gonna say that because Jim is definitely not the villain in this
No,
case,
no.
but it's just sometimes the coaching message and you see this more. And credit to Jim for making 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's impressive. And a lot of coaches do not they do not last that long. I mean,
He went
seriously.
out as the hero. That's what I was getting to.
Yeah.
He went out as the hero.
Yeah.
And much better for Jim to go out the hero
Hmm.
than for him to start declining and the Union are winning the
Hmm.
spoon. And that's just bad because at the end of the day, he did so much for his club.
He did.
And again, as a coach, I'm biased, but these things happen. This is, the reality situation. And now it's on Ernst Tanner and it's on Jay Sugarman and that front office to make the move to show the people
Yeah.
that this was the correct choice.
Yeah.
So, because if that doesn't work, now Jay's going to go to Ernst and say, well, wait a minute, we made this move.
Yeah.
I gave you this move, or I wanted to make this move and you agreed to it.
Hmm.
Now it's not working. Guess what? I'm not going to fire myself.
Yeah.
Now yours. So the onus is now on Ernst.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, it's almost more like a Doug Peterson situation.
Can be.
Minus actually winning the championship, but it's like no, like Doug Peterson wasn't in Philly like nearly as long,
No.
but like everyone still loves Doug Peterson pretty much, because he brought us a championship.
Right.
But like the Eagles when they just played the Jags, everyone's like, yeah, everyone still loves him. That's being said, wouldn't beat him,
Yeah.
but it's all love there. So, um, what I wanted to do was ask you what are some of your favorite or most memorable Jim quotes?
Yeah, not good is
That
number that's
yes,
gonna be an all-time classic.
that was my number one as
Um,
well.
Margins are razor thin.
Yes,
Um,
one that
uh,
you slept through is
yes,
a
but
good one. No, like
penetration.
yes. No, possession without penetration is useless,
Yes,
which was
that's
from after the Portland game, and you had fallen asleep during that, and I was on the presser. And
the
you,
thing I always say is I always miss after I did a long rambling question was, yeah, look, and he would always go, yeah, look, and just kind of was always just very thing. And the other thing was just again, it goes back to accessibility. The running down the field when Glesson scored,
yeah.
you know, just those moments of emotion I really wanted to see for this club. Um, Good and bad. I mean, remember Red Bulls this year? There's
Oh, I love when Jim basically gave him bulletin board material in there, but like, remember when
yeah.
it was like last?
But no, remember the game at Red Bulls
Yeah.
where he just starts swearing at I forget, was it Frank Light? It was just like Yo, no,
Oh
no,
yeah,
yeah.
what you mean? Oh, when we were there in like the press
And
box.
there was a turnover, and he just went off. He's
Uh,
like, I told him not to.
I was gonna say it was a 2023 season, wasn't it? When um, when Jim said like they're like the little brother or whatever.
Yes,
That was great.
that was great. The post Jose did that one time where he's like, he posted with us where he's like, need to empty the tank right now, right now. Like, just those
Yeah,
funny things, like funny clips that Jim would say, his love of analytics. That's another thing because
yeah.
my question is the next coach going to love analytics?
Hmm. My question is the next coach gonna have the drip that Jim has? And probably not. That's a lot to live up to.
It is.
Jim's got that shoe game.
But anyway, let's wrap it up by saying thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
And we appreciate you both from fan side and now media side. We appreciate you so greatly. And to the next coach,
Whoever that may be, and we have no idea yet.
yeah,
Um,
we'll see you soon.
we'll see. Yeah, and look forward to finding
So,
out who that is.
uh, season end press conference is Monday.
Yep, you'll be attending.
I'll be attending,
I will be teaching.
but we'll be there. Um, Now
Yes.
let's finish on just talking a little bit about the game at hand this weekend.
Yeah, so we're getting ready to fly out. I guess when this is out, it'll be Friday.
Yeah.
And we're leaving Friday night heading to Dallas, and heading up to Frisco and
So I
going
was
to the
gonna write
Yankee
a
Stadium.
travel blog.
Mhm.
I don't do it for YouTube, but I really felt like just throwing something together. We talked about it earlier in the week, and
Yeah.
this week's been busy. However, couple things, because I was up there last year. If you go to Kyle Visits Dallas episode on our channel,
Hmm.
just just YouTube, Google. I mean, when you're on YouTube, Google, just go on there, you'll see it,
Yeah.
and just say, "Hey, Kyle goes to Dallas." Kind of a
Yeah.
fun pun on words, but anyway, um, I went to a National Soccer Hall of Fame. There
Hmm.
is at right at Toyota Stadium. So if you're going to the game, go check out the National Soccer Hall of Fame. It's super interactive. When I got there, they just opened. They were still turning on the machines last year. Right across the street from there, there is Jake's Burgers and Brews.
Hmm.
There's Nerdvania.
Nerdvana or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nirvana, which is like a bar grill with video games. So
It's
you
like a
can,
big like video game nerd theme.
and that's all Simpsons Park. I think that's the name of the whole area there. And if you walk down, there's like an English bar.
Hmm.
But if you go across the freeway, and there is a walk path, because I remember there's like a dentist's office, a doctor's
Hmm.
office, and then there's an LA Fitness. There's a walkthrough. The video game Hall of Fame is on the other side. It's very interactive.
Yeah.
There's a couple chicken waffles places. If you got a car, you can go out further, hike around.
Yeah.
Um, there's a couple breweries in the area I was looking up, but I was on a tight budget. I was just scooping out if I ever had to do a travel vlog.
Yeah.
So this is a very impromptu one.
Yeah.
I wish I could have done a better one, but look, if you are going, let us know. We are going to be hanging out right across the street yet. Jillian and I are going to tell you where we're going to be. We're going to probably check out that
Yeah.
Nerdvana.
Nerdvana.
I see you say Nirvana, but Nerdvana. Um, Probably get there early. We'll let you
Mhm.
know
Yeah.
because they got a really nice rotating bar.
Hmm.
I know the one place, the English pub, is open at till 2 a.m. on Saturday, so should
If
maybe
things go well, we might pull an all-nighter because
yeah.
we fly out early
Yeah,
Sunday.
we're gonna probably just go to our room, grab our stuff, check out, and just go to that place, and then get an Uber to the airport.
Yeah,
Because
we can't stay for the Eagles game, sadly. But go
no, but
Birds!
but if you are going for the Eagles game and you're like,
Get your butts to Union too.
bring your ass. But no, at the end of the day, we'll see what Marlon and his squad can do because I really want them to. After the news today,
We all need something good.
I just go out and beat
Come on,
Dallas.
guys. And listen, there are guys that are like true and true Philly on that squad. You got guys like Frankie, you've got like CJ, you know.
Did you
you
see
can like
Frankie's face when you asked about when Marley brought it up about the Eagles? He was like,
yes, I did.
"Yeah,
I did.
yeah,
So listen, we know you guys are Eagles fans. You got to be Eagles fans. I know Frankie is because we talked to him about it.
yeah."
But listen, okay, you can if the Eagles do their thing and you guys do your thing, we can stick to Dallas twice this weekend.
And Jillian will post
Dallas sucks. Dallas
and
sucks.
Jillian will post a picture of Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, 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 yeah. In fact,
You got one in the chamber, I know that. Yes.
yeah. So, oh, nothing like seeing a Stephen A. Smith reaction after the Cowboys lose.
How about them
Eagles need to
boys?
get it done because I feel like it's like a trap game. Cooper Rush, um, is going to be their quarterback because Dak is hurt. Um, but
This is not Eagles talk.
it's not. But listen, um, it's yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm definitely wearing some Eagles stuff while I'm down there. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Oh, oh yes,
I
thank you.
mean, go Birds. I hate Dallas.
Yes, we
So
can agree on that.
anyway, this has been all for this episode. Thank you. We actually did go longer than we thought we would, but that's okay.
Not real long. Yes.
Um, but anyway, this has been one episode of the One Team We Agree On.
Yeah, and make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on our various socials. We're at TOTWAG on Twitter or X. I still will call it Twitter, probably till the day I die. And we're on Instagram and Facebook at The One Team We Agree On, as well as YouTube. And we have our website, theoneteamweagreeon.com. Find me on TikTok at Jillian_Almany. And we are individually on Twitter as well. I'm at silly_Jilly and Kyle is at Coach Almany.
And until next time, I'm Kyle,
I'm Jillian.
and we'll see you in Texas.